I used to do couples weekends when I was living in St. Louis. And at the beginning of these workshops, I would identify the couple that had the longest standing conflict that couldn't be resolved and predict that we would resolve the conflict within 20 minutes. Within 20 minutes after both sides could tell me what the other side was feeling and needing in this conflict. So, first thing we do is we identify the couple the longest conflict. Couple we identified once, married 39 years. Conflict about money. Wife says to me, Marshall, you're going to lose your prediction here, I'll tell you that. We communicate quite well. We have a very good marriage. We just have an unresolvable conflict. We have different needs about money. Oh, I've been wrong before, but remember what I said. At the point at which you can both tell me what the other side is needing, I'll bet you we can resolve it within 20 minutes. She says, Marshall, when you've been married to somebody 39 years, you know what he needs. Okay, what does he need? He doesn't want me to spend any money. Now, first of all, that's not what I would call a need. If it was accurate, it would be a request, not a need. But it's not a need. Needs contain no reference to specific people or action. Needs are universal. Every human being has the same needs. So it was clear that I hadn't made clear to her what a need even was.
Could you finish?
Yes, but needs contain no reference to specific people or actions. See, we don't have a need for guns. We have a need for protection. To be protected, to be safe. And in some cultures, they believe that the strategy for meeting the need is to get a gun. That's why in this state, 50% of the people get to have weapons. Now, even though the chances are, the statistics show that a member of their family is much more likely, 3 times as likely to be killed by that gun, as that gun is going to help them protect themselves from even something else. Still, half the families in Texas have guns. Anyway, but the point is, that you don't have a need for it, but everybody has the same need to protect themselves. You see. So I never say to people when I'm working in cultures that are using guns and violence, I never say, to study with me, you have to give up your gun. I say, I'll bet you I can show you a better way of meeting your needs. Keep the gun until I can do it. Don't give up the gun until I show you a better way of meeting your need. I never say to somebody, I want you to stop drinking or stop taking drugs. Those are strategies that are meeting needs. I say, I'll bet you I can show you a better way of meeting your needs by taking drugs or drinking. Until I do, drink. You're meeting a need. No, I drink because I'm an alcoholic. Oh, that's what they've told you. That's a jackal way. You think there is such a thing as an alcoholic? Yes, the doctor said yes. As long as you think that way, you will drink. I'm asking, why do you drink? I'm an alcoholic. Why don't you talk to people at parties? I'm shy. Static thinking. So needs contain no reference to specific action. So when she says, he's saying that he doesn't want me to spend any money, he said back immediately, that's ridiculous. So she hadn't even understood his strategy. That wasn't even accurate. So I said, well, apparently he doesn't agree. First, that isn't what I would call a need. And he doesn't even agree that that's an accurate statement, that he doesn't want you to spend money. Now, this is after 39 years of communication, you see. And I said, what are his needs? And then I gave her a couple-minute explanation of what I meant by needs and so forth, to differentiate them from requests. What are his needs? She said, well, Marshall, let me explain his needs to you. You see, he's just like his own father. I said, stop. Every word of analysis you give me That's psychoanalytic jackal, explaining why people do things with reference to what happened to them in the past. That kind of intellectual understanding, even if it's accurate, is destructive, because it gets in the way of empathy. It keeps us from seeing what's alive in that person right now, which is feelings and needs. That's what we need to have our attention on. So what are his feelings and needs? She couldn't answer that question. So I said to him, can you help? What are your needs in this situation? He said, Marshall, let me explain something to you. She is a wonderful mother. She is a wonderful wife, but totally irresponsible when it comes to spending money. I said, now I can see why it has taken 39 years and you can't solve it. I just asked you for what your needs are, and you just told me a diagnosis of her. So I had to then put on my ears and help both sides hear each other's needs. But first to get them expressed, identified and expressed, and then to pull the jackal by the ears to hear it. When we got there, it didn't take 20 minutes to solve the conflict. Now, but it took 2 hours. 2 hours to cut through all the analysis, because each time I would try to get them to focus just on what their needs are. They want to tell me about what happened in the past to justify their diagnosis. I have to keep stopping. Excuse me, that's not what I'm asking. That's not what I'm asking. What do you... So that's why it took us 2 hours to get both sides clear about their needs and to have the other person hear it. Then it didn't take 20 minutes.